guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a TBR for the winter months ahead. My TBR pile isn't very long. I'm trying to make a pretty realistic goal, but these are sort of the books that I wanted to read during the winter months. I'm not going to be too strict on it. I do want to get these ones read, but I am going to keep flexible if I do feel like reading other books during the winter months because I am sort of a mood reader. I'm not going to force myself to like stick to this TBR, but like I said, I do want to get these ones read. So I hope you guys enjoy and let's get started. But first things first, tea time. Ooh. I put honey in this, so the honey needs to melt. Okay, so the first book that I have here is These Violent Delights by Gong. I don't remember which month I got this. Okay, I don't remember which month I received this, but it did come in an owl crate. I was super excited for this, not entirely because it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, because I don't know if I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but Romeo and Juliet ain't my favorite Shakespeare, but you know, it's the age-old star-crossed lovers situation. But what intrigued me about this book in particular was that it was set in the 1920s in Shanghai, and of course it's following two main protagonists who are on opposite sides of this gang war, and I suppose drama ensues, and I am so excited for it. I did pick this up last night, but honestly I didn't get that far in. I think I only read the prologue and then I got too tired, but I am going to continue on with this book, and so I'm hoping that I finish it relatively quick, but I'm so excited for it. Also, from just the prologue, I already really like the writing style. I think Gong has a very immersive, atmospheric sort of writing style. I don't know if it's going to continue like that, but just from the prologue, I already like it. I finally picked it up, so can't wait for my actual thoughts on this one. But this will be probably the first one to be read on this TBR because I've already started it. I don't know, I'm really excited for this book. Okay, so the next book that I have here is quite a popular read, and it is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. So this one I've seen roaming around on the booktube for a while, and I've always been interested in the crime genre. This one was like pretty popular, I think last year or the year before, I don't know. Like, Riley Sager is a pretty popular author in the booktube community. I definitely feel like you guys will be very familiar with this book because it's made its round. I've seen this cover a lot, that's for sure, and I finally picked it up because I have seen other booktubers picking this book up and really enjoying it. So I ended up picking this book up a while ago, but I was kind of saving it for like the colder seasons, and because I live in the southern hemisphere, it's winter right now, and so I'm in the mood for some crime novels, and I'm really excited for this one. So this one, I believe, follows this girl. She's down in her luck, she needs money, and then she comes across this apartment building that suspiciously pays a lot of money for people to apartment sit. Because our main character is kind of desperate for money, she ends up taking this job. However, there's some rules that she needs to follow. She's not allowed to like talk to any of the neighbors, she's not allowed to leave her apartment at nighttime, and she's not allowed to have any guests in her apartment. All very kind of strict rules, and so there's something obviously kind of dodgy that may be happening in this apartment building, because this is a crime book, and I assume like crime stuff will start to happen, but it has a very intriguing kind of mystery that's kind of drawn me in. I did want to check out another book by Riley Sager, but because I already had this book, I wanted to kind of read it and see how I liked and how I vibed with the writing style before I end up picking up any other books by Sager. But yeah, this will be my first book by Riley Sager, and I hope I enjoy it because honestly, like, so many people have raved about this book. It better be good, otherwise I'm gonna be disappointed. To be honest, I do end up enjoying crime books every time I read one. It's very rare. I haven't read a crime book for a while now, but I hope this one sparks some interest in that genre again, and hopefully I have a good time. The next book is also under the crime genre. It's called Diary of a Murderer, and this is by Kim Young-ha. I believe that this is a collection of short stories, and so I'm really intrigued. I did want to read more books by Korean authors, and so I thought that this was a good place to start, especially during the winter time when I'm kind of more in the mood to read crime mysteries. So I am very much intrigued. I'm hoping that I enjoy it, and because this is a collection of short stories, I feel like I can read bits and pieces throughout the winter months and hopefully get it fully read by the end of winter. There's only 4 stories in here. The good thing about a short story collection is that I don't have to read it all in one go. I think I will kind of split the reading throughout the 3 months. For this one, I'll probably take my time with it, but it is again a very short read, so who knows, I might fly through it, I might really enjoy it and then end up reading all of it in one go. But the plan for this one is to just read it story by story and split it throughout a few months. So I'm really hoping that I enjoy it. I actually know nothing about this, so I'm going into this one completely blind, but already, I mean, look at the cover. It's definitely like crime mystery vibes, you know, and the title is called Diary of a Murderer. I'm intrigued. Pretty sure there's a movie adaptation of this book or this short story because this title is very familiar to me. I am excited. I need to read from more Korean authors, I swear. I think I've only read 2 books by like Korean authors. Shame on me, I need to pick up my game. So the lucky last book that I have on this TBR is Vicious by Victoria Schwab. I think this has been on a few TBRs already. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that this has been mentioned a few times on this channel, and a few times too many because I still have not picked this book up. I think I even bought the sequel without even reading Vicious, so I need to control myself, and so it will be done. It will be done, let me tell you. Like, this is the year. That's all I need to do. Just Vicious, and then I might continue on with the trilogy. If you guys don't know, you guys probably do know, Vicious was supposed to be a standalone, but a few years later, Victoria Schwab decided to expand on the story. She ended up publishing 2 other books, so I may or may not be intrigued to continue on with the series, but I really do need to get this one read. I've had it for so long. This is the old cover. I bought this like years ago. This one is also kind of a darker story. It follows like 2 characters that used to be like best friends in college, and then they do some sort of experiment that ends up giving each of them like superpowers. But then again, it's also like set in the future where they're bitter enemies and rivals, and so they're trying to kill each other, I assume. So I'm guessing as a reader, we're trying to figure out why and how they became such rivals. But also I've heard that both the characters are villainous, like actual villainous characters, so you're kind of not rooting for either one. So I wouldn't know if I'm gonna side with one or the other, but I do like reading from sort of villainous characters every now and then. I think that's just so interesting. I am intrigued. This one does seem like a bit of a darker read, and it also has the superhero elements, even though these aren't like superheroes, they're like super villains. I've heard so many good things. I guess now that it's been like many years after this has been published, like some people don't really enjoy it. For the most part, I think most people really liked the first book. It's not a very long book. It's pretty short, so I do want to get this one read sometime soon. This is the year. I always say this, but this is the year. So that is it, guys. These are the books that I'm going to be reading in the winter months. I hope you guys have enjoyed this TBR video. I know it's like 4 books and that's very shameful for some people, but I'm just being realistic here. I don't really stick to TBRs. There's no point in me doing like a huge kind of TBR for like winter and then not read like most of the books on that TBR. So kind of keeping it realistic to 4 books, and then if I want to add more books in the future, I kind of have leeway to pick what I want to read when I'm in the mood. And so I think this is a realistic way of doing a TBR. Make it kind of shorter. Yes, that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. So have you guys read any of these books? If you've enjoyed it, if you haven't, let me know in the comments below, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye!